Folks, the Fragrant Lawyer here. Today we're going to talk about long-lasting fragrances, and I'm going to give you my top 5. Now, we have to ask ourselves, why are we looking for long-lasting fragrances? And sometimes it's this. We don't have time, or we don't have the small decants to reapply, and you've got a long day ahead or a long evening ahead, and you want to sort of stand out. You want your fragrance to be the one that shines in a group. You don't want to have to reapply. And also, you want to get the full nuances of a fragrance, being able to go through those top notes and the heart notes and the base notes and being able to identify them, because it's such a powerful fragrance that's going to last a long time. So I think that's one reason why we sort of look for long-lasting fragrances. But the other solution is, if you have a fantastic fragrance that does not last a long time, so what do? You do a spray, at the beginning, a couple of sprays, take a decant with you or reapply. Okay, so there's always a solution to all of this, right? So without further ado, we're going to get started here. So at number 5, I have this is actually called Private Label, and it is from the House of Jovoy. I'm just going to spray it here, and I'm going to go through the notes with you and explain to you my views on it and why I think it's such a long-lasting fragrance. Okay, this is a very manly fragrance. I think it is one that literally you put 2 sprays on, because it's going to last and last, right? It's from 2011. You've got vetiver, you have some leather, you have some papyrus, then it gets into the patchouli and sandalwood. And as it dries down, you get French ladam, and there's a bit of birch in this. I think primarily it is a vetiver and leather type of fragrance. It reminds me of Interlude Man, and spoiler alert, I have one of the interludes here on this list, as you might be able to see. But I think it's a classic gentleman's signature fragrance, and signature fragrance worthy, and it could last you, I think, all day. So it could be worn, I think, all year round. In the summer, I'd be careful, maybe 1 spray. It is very pleasing, but if you overspray, it'll get cloying, okay? So it's not talked about a lot, and this is Private Label from the House of Jovoy. And number 4, in terms of long-lasting fragrances, we have one that I've talked about a lot, and I just love this. This is from the Turkish house Unique, and it is called Crush on Me, okay? So this fragrance here is very pleasing. It's, it's quite gourmand. It's gonna get, I just love it. It's gonna get lots of compliments. You're gonna really enjoy this one. Again, don't overspray, because this really lasts a long time, okay? It's from 2021. You've got ginger and lime, florals, the caramel and patchouli. I find the caramel really is the dominant note in this. It's almost edible, and I think men and women can wear this. I get a lot of compliments on this one, but look, you can see I've used a fair bit of this juice. So I find this more of an evening scent. I probably would wear it more in the winter months. It's a really gourmand type of fragrance, okay? But it's just lovely. It'll last you all day. If you spray this on your clothes, you're going to be feeling that you're going to have this until you dry clean or launder those clothes. It's going to be staying on there, okay? So this is from 2021, a magnificent fragrance from the House of Unique, and it's called Crush on Me. And number 3 for long lasting, maybe a surprise to many, but I've talked about this fragrance a lot. This is Queen of Silk by the House of Creed. I think it's misnamed. I think they should just call it Silk. I think it's unisex. It's just refreshing. Kind of reminds me of Hedonistic from Clive Christian. It's just so smooth though. 2024 release. You've got some saffron, magnolia in this, passion fruit. You've got patchouli and oud, vanilla. I get a lot of vanilla, and ambroxan. You've got myrrh as well, musk and woods. This, I'm telling you, you spray this on, it will last you all day. And it's probably, it's not one that I think is going to get, how can I put this? It's going to stay pleasing. As long as you can smell this thing, it's going to be very pleasing, and you'll get compliments. But I do think it can be deceptive. It smells good. You might start putting 4 sprays and spray it all around. That's not good. It'll get cloying. So I would say 3 sprays of this. This will last so long, and it's such an absolutely amazing fragrance, the Queen of Silk by the House of Creed. I think down the road, years from now, this is going to be a classic, okay? So again, long lasting. This is Queen of Silk by the House of Creed. All right, getting to our heavy hitters, okay? Our next one is Amouage Interlude Black Iris, okay? Now, many will ask, why not have the original? Okay, well, I've used all. my bottle of my original. I've got to get it. But in terms of longevity, there is not much difference. They're both probably equally close. I do like this one simply because I see the orris in it, and a bit more myrrh. I just find it so classy, but probably I would say easier to wear, I think, than the original Interlude. So in this fragrance here, this is Amouage's Interlude Black Iris, and this is from 2020. There's violet leaf, rosemary, there's bergamot on this, there's orris, olibanum. You can really get the olibanum in this. Myrrh, lavender, there's some amber and vanilla. And as it dries down, you get the leather and the oud, which tend to dominate this, okay? They will dominate. And you get some sandalwood, patchouli, and cedar. I really like Amouage Interlude Black Iris. I just have trouble finding the right occasion for it. It is a dark, brooding fragrance, just like Interlude Man. Okay, I haven't smelled Interlude Women for a long time, so I'm not sure how to compare that with this. Okay, but it's very close to Interlude Man. That maybe not as brooding, but it still is. You need to be really in the mood to wear this. I think, you're dressed up, you're in a suit, you got a tie maybe, and it's evening. Okay, it's a black tie affair. This is one to wear, and you put it on, you're gonna have to shower a heck of a lot that next morning, okay, because it will take a while to get this off. This is a very powerful, deep, brooding fragrance, but a good one, okay? So Amouage Interlude Black Iris from 2020. Finally, number one, in my opinion, that I own in terms of long lasting is this amazing fragrance that was done by Roja Dove, Puredistance M. And this was done in 2010. And I know he has one that is very similar in the Roja line. I just love this fragrance. It's not talked about much. You really got to be in the mood for this one as well. I'll give you some examples. I know, in the past I've sprayed it on jackets, okay, again, overcoat in the winter, and I'm telling you that closet, like weeks later, like, what is this good smell? And it is this fragrance, all right? A lot of notes, but the dominant ones are this. You start out with some bergamot, you've got some Amalfi lemon, there's some rose and vanilla and jasmine. Then the leather comes in, because primarily it is a leather style fragrance, okay? You got cinnamon, French lavender, you've got some cloves and oak moss, which gives it a bit of an old school vibe, the oak moss will. There's patchouli, vetiver, and musk. This is the smell of an Aston. I mean, it's supposed to be the smell of an Aston Martin leather, okay? And again, I think this is probably their most masculine fragrance from Puredistance. Women could wear this too, all right, as well. But I think they tend to make more feminine fragrances as well, or right in the middle, unisex. But this is quite a masculine one. This is a black tie affair. This is a formal fragrance. You wear this when you're dressed up. I think that's the way to do it. You would not wear this casually. You wouldn't do justice to the fragrance, okay? And it would be probably not the appropriate one. How much do you spray? I would do 3, boom, boom, one on the wrist, maybe one wrist or touch, and that's it. And, you're going to get compliments, right? But I find it, as probably with most of these, this probably young people may not be drawn to these, okay? They're not freshy. This is certainly not a freshie. This will be for people probably, you're 30 and up maybe, right? You need that occasion to dress up. It's not an everyday fragrance. It is a special occasion fragrance, and it's long lasting, folks. So this is Puredistance M, and this is from 2010. I know there's another one come out, a new M, which I haven't smelled, quite frankly, but I've read about it, and they say it's, it's not like this. It's actually a quite different fragrance. So, but I look forward to trying it, and when I do, I'll review it. All right, folks, so there you have it, my top 5 longest lasting fragrances. If you like this video, please, please subscribe, ding the bell so you can get notices when I put out more videos. Comment, I love to see the comments and answer those comments as well. Please follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. So remember this, I'm the Fragrant Lawyer. I'm a lawyer by profession, but a fragrance aficionado by passion. Take care of yourself, folks. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.